Hello. Good morning, sunshine. Friday morning. We've lasted 5 days this week. Yay! Today's workout is a lower body circuit, and which means we're going to discuss kind of like we did with the upper body, where I would ask you, do you know how many muscles are in the lower body, or what the major muscle groups are in the lower body? Do you know what their names are? Do you know where they're located? Do you know what they're capable of? Do you know what causes them injury? Do you know how often you should be doing strength training with your lower body? All of these questions and more, everything you ever wanted to know about life, I will answer in the next few weeks/months. But today I want to just introduce you to some of those lower body muscles and tell you, work them a little bit so you can see some different ways of working them. And then, like I say, as we progress over the next few months, you'll learn a little bit more about this lovely lower body. And I'm going to tell you, your lower body is, your legs are, whether they're long and thin, or short and squatty, or muscular, or whatever they might be, they are your foundation, right? They're what gets you from point A to point B, and having a solid foundation is everything. So we want to make sure that we're working our legs in our weekly workouts, but we want to make sure we're working them correctly, and you want to make sure that you're working not just the front of the legs. People tend to go, oh, I want to get some nice quads and stuff, but you have to make sure that you worry about what's on the back side, even though you never see that or rarely see that. And you're thinking, that's not my problem, that's the person who's behind me in line's problem. No, it's your problem, right? Because if you overdevelop one muscle, then the other muscle is going to start causing issues by, like if you overdevelop the quads and you don't work on your hamstrings, it's going to pull on your lower back, and it's going to cause all kinds of issues and stuff. So we want to make sure that we get a full workout of the front and the back and all of the different muscles. So for today, you're going to need a mat, and if you have a band of some sort, whether it be a band that's connected already or one that you can tie together, and then a couple different sizes of weights. But again, I realize this is the first week, and if you don't have everything, we'll just make do. But if you have a couple sizes of weights, grab those. And while you get all of that, I'm going to get the music started, and we're going to have a lower body circuit fun time today. Lower body circuit fun. Oh, I wish that was an acronym, but it's not. So, okay, here we go. Let's get started. Oh, and by the way, if you can't hear this and someone joins us in the next little bit, would you please let me know so I can stop right where I'm at and start again? But it should be good. I think we're good with sound now. What I have found is that I tend to yell in these videos, and I'm so used to having to project over music and over in big rooms and stuff, so I'll try to take it down a notch. But I'm sorry about that if that's annoying to you. That's kind of just how I make sure that you hear what I'm saying, all right? My kids, they can tell you all kinds of stories about hear what I'm saying, okay? So let's see who's coming on right now. Jeanette, volume is fine. Okay, and I think we're good to go then. So grab everything you need and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with just some warm up, because like I always tell you, you need to make sure that you're warming the body up before you just go into some deep squats or something. We need to make sure our body is, all the ligaments and all the tendons and all the muscle and the blood and everything is ready to go. So I'm going to put this out here. Let's start with just a few calf raises, okay? Keep your hands at least waist height, if not above the heart. Separate your feet just a bit, about shoulder width. And we're going to lift and drop, lift and drop. Now notice, a lot of people tend to pronate to the outside. So you're going to go out. I want all 5 toes pressing in. Up, up, up. Try to keep The shoulder blades pinned and abs in. Up. Now, you can also do this on an elevated surface so that you can drop a little further down. Even right now, I'm feeling my calves pulling. I tend to have serious Achilles and calf issues, so I may not go as high as I'd like you to go if you don't have issues, but go all the way up and down. Up, down. 4, 3, lock in the knees, 2. Okay, now we're just gonna pulse it. Up, up. This takes for coordination, and not coordination, but balance, right? So if you need to hold on to something, hold on to me. You can't hold on to me, but you can hold on to a countertop, the wall, anything. Come on, take it up, 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 up. You're gonna start to keep going. You're gonna start to feel this pain moving all the way up to your buttocks. Okay, 16 more, come on. Let's get the blood pumping. 13, woo, come on, woo. This requires serious balance. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ha. Man, I already feel that, that's crazy. But again, I have really bad calves and Achilles, and so I feel things right away. Okay, next one. We're gonna do a hip roll. We're gonna kind of just start working out the hip flexors. So take your right leg and just turn it, take it forward, turn it, open up the hip. We're gonna alternate. And again, you're trying to stay balanced, stay forward. Woo! Early morning balance apparently is a little bit of a problem for me. Up. And try not to make it staccato, so not up, side, back, and down, but rather a roll. Okay, let's go forward now, right? So forward, like you're trying to lift. I tend to do this move when I'm trying to get over the garage door laser beam, you know? So I'm lifting my legs and rolling forward. Good. 4 more. 3. Now, if you notice during the workout that you're starting to breathe heavily, it could be for a myriad of reasons. Okay, next one, let's do a Frankenstein kick. Hold your hands out wide, and you're gonna just take your foot and flex it, which means you're pulling the toe back to the knee, and you're trying to kick the under part of the hand. So whenever you do a lower body workout and you're working those big muscles, that's gonna cause you to have a little bit of a cardio workout too, because it takes more to work those big muscles. So don't be alarmed if you're breathing heavily in a lower body workout. That's normal. Okay, come on. Try to leave those hands there. Don't move the hands to the feet. Kick that toe all the way up. Again, it's a flexed foot. And that's gonna stretch out the hamstrings, the butt, the lower back. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2. If you can't kick very high, that's okay. 1, good. All right, stand, feet nice and wide. We're gonna rotate and then tap the toe. So if we rotate this direction, and then take our right hand and tap the left toe. Rotate, tap. Try to keep those legs, for the most part, straight, because we want to get that stretch going. If you bend too much, then you're not allowing the hamstring to get the stretch and things like that. You can go slower than I'm going. Just make sure you rotate first, and then you hinge. Come on. Reach. Reach. And my voice is a little bit hoarse today because I had the kids' fitness camp yesterday and we were outside and had to yell over the wind, so that's why I sound like Tanya Tucker. 1 more. Okay. Now I want you just to lunge and pulse, center. Lunge and pulse, center. Keep those feet parallel with the outside walls. We're not turning the toes in, we're not turning them out. So when we lean, all the weight goes onto this thigh, and we're gonna push, push, stand. Push, and try to keep those hands above the heart. Push, push, stand. Push, and kind of try to sink into it deeper and deeper with each one. We're gonna do 8 more, and then we're gonna get our circuit started. 8, 7, because I don't know about you, but I'm sufficiently feeling warm. 6, 5, sink a little deeper. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Okay, somebody put something up there and make sure it's not saying about the sound. Oh, she's asking if there's a popping or clicking sound. No, don't go as high with the lift. When you're rotating your hip and you hear click, just keep it down low. Good call. Okay, thank you for that information. Okay, all right, we're gonna start with our first muscle group, probably the most known one of the lower body, right, are the thighs, or otherwise known as the quads, quadriceps, okay? Quad meaning 4, there's 4 different muscle parts that go into to that thigh. But we're not gonna learn the nitty-gritty details yet, just know that these are the quadriceps. First thing we're gonna do is we need to hold either something fairly heavy. You can even pick up a child and hold a child. But we're gonna do some little goblet squats. And by little goblet squats, I mean we're not gonna go crazy yet in terms of how far down we go. But you need to hold on to something in your hand, and you're gonna hold it like it's a goblet, like you're drinking from the fountain of youth, okay? All right, so now you're gonna take your feet nice and wide, turn the toes barely out, and when we sink down, we're gonna sink down, and let's not quite go all the way to as far as we can go. Let's just start like this, okay? So we take it down, and then when we come up, that's when you squeeze the butt cheeks. It's hard to squeeze the butt cheeks in this position. I don't know, we should try it someday. Not today, but someday. Okay, come up, squeeze. So see how we're going nice and slow. We don't need to be crazy fast. I'm not about fast usually in my weightlifting, I'm rarely about fast. Cardio and things like that, we can go faster. Okay, as you feel like it's warming up and you're getting a little braver, we're gonna try to take it down even lower. Okay, for the most part, when you're doing squats, you do not want your bum to go lower than your knees. Okay, there are exceptions to that, but for the most part, we don't. Okay, now see how my elbows are tapping my knees? That's the ideal in a goblet squat. And make sure when you think you exhale, when is the hardest part of this squat? Pushing back up out of it, right? So down. Sink it low and slow. Now, one of the crucial parts of squats is the technique of your feet. Make sure that you are trying to sit your butt in a chair, which means you kind of want to have your weight back on your heels, right? I don't want to have my knees forward. I wouldn't sit in a chair like this, right? I'm trying to reach with my bum for that chair. And so my weight is back on my heels. Okay, come on. Let's do 8 more really good ones. Here we go. 8, come all the way up and squeeze. 7. When you're doing this circuit, do about a minute or 2 of each one. And if you have time, you can repeat it. Or if you just can go through it one time, that's good. Woo! Come on, even lower, drop it. 2 more. Last one. Very good. Set that down. Okay, unlike the upper body circuit we did where we went through one of everything, and then we came back, we did another. We're gonna do 2 things in each category today, back to back. Okay, so grab that band, if you have a band, or you can grab a pair of old nylons or leggings or something, right? Start by putting your knees together, and just above the knees is where you want to tie this in a double knot. My pants are kind of slick, so I don't know if it's gonna stay up, we'll see. Tie that in a double knot. The second thing we're gonna do for our quads is called a monster walk. So think wide and low. So if I step out, and then I'm gonna take that kind of that movement we did where we kind of flip the hip, and I'm gonna set it down. So I turn the hip open, and walk. You're never quite coming out of the squat. Okay, now we're gonna reverse back. So I want you to take that leg forward, 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 forward. Okay, you should start feeling it. Stay here. This definitely was not the right pair of pants to wear with this. Okay, again, forward, walking, pulling the knee back. Come on. And you're gonna feel it burning in the quads. 2 more. Keep it low. Okay, now the leg comes forward, but you walk back. That feels extra awkward, doesn't it? And hold it here. Okay, last set, we're not gonna do all that leg lifting, turning thing. We're just gonna walk forward and back with wide leg, monster legs. This is like cutting off my circulation because it's rolling up. Okay. Chest up, shoulder blades pinned. You're gonna stay down low. 4, we're gonna walk it forward and back. Here we go. Hello. Back, back. Don't come up, stay low. There's a laser beam forward, just above your head. We'll take off the top part of your head. Stay low, come on. Back, 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 back. Are your thighs burdened? We have 2 more sets and then we'll move on. Forward, forward, forward. Come on, think extra low. Take it back. Back, back, back. Woo! Okay, push yourself, last one. Forward, low, wide, and low. Woo! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it off and shake it out. Woo! Okay. Get a drink here. Those quads, bless their hearts. I remember one day, for most of my life, I've not loved my legs. I feel like I have my dad's figure. You know, he was a catcher in high school, and we're always laughing that I got my dad's, legs and butt. Until one day, I remember I just got done. I was training for a marathon. I just got done running like 18, 21 miles, something like that. And I was taking a bath, looking at my thighs, and the thought came to me, those thighs just moved your butt 21 miles. How grateful are you for that? And I don't know why in that moment that switched my way of thinking, but since then I've been so grateful for my athletic looking thighs, right? Athletic looking thighs. I've been so grateful for because they get me where I need to be. And They're not long and lean, and they never will be, no matter what I do. I'm not built that way. So I can take advantage of the figure I have and work at the best I have and be the best, you know, have some awesome, strong quads that will get me through life. So be grateful for what you have rather than lament, because you have a body, a healthy body. Okay. Part 2, let's work on our butt. Again, my dad's butt. My mom and my sisters have flat butts. Not me. Yay! Okay. So, again, we're going to use a dumbbell first, and then we'll use the band second. I'm going to turn the music down just a tiny bit. All right. So for the butt, there's all kinds of parts to your butt. People, think the gluteus maximus. That's the official name for one muscle of the behind. Now it is the biggest part, right? But there are so many other parts of your buttocks that we need to work. And so over the course of time here, we'll work on all those little tiny butt muscles that help you lift and help you bring in and help you not have the saddlebags and that kind of stuff. So, okay. But for today, we're going to work on the gluteus maximus. And why does it have to be called maximum? I mean, I guess because it's big. All right. All right, so let's start with our right leg, actually. You're going to put that weight right behind the kneecap. And in order to keep it there, you have to flex your foot. We're going to go down into a tabletop position, and then we're going to do it called a donkey kick. We're going to just kick that heel to the ceiling. Okay? So make sure that weight might fall out. If it does, don't give up on life. Just pick it up and start again. Okay, so I like to drop down to my forearm on one side, and I'm going to flex my foot, and I'm going to lift my knee as high as my hip. And then when I push, I only come back to my knee. I'm not going to come all the way down. Okay, so let's push it up, up. Now you're trying to keep your hips square to the floor still. Your belly button is pulled in. And your shoulder blades are pinned, like always. Up, down, up, down. You're pushing that heel, you're trying to pop a hole in the ceiling. Down, up. Don't let those abs just hang, pull them in. 8, 7, you don't even have to do very many of these before you feel it, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, now stay in control, but we're going to pulse it. Take it up, up, up. Again, do not drop that knee lower than that hip. If you get a butt cramp, lay down, relax for a second, and then get back up. Up, up. Whoop. Come on. Up, up, up. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, high. Now today's workout, we're going to go fairly quickly through everything because there's lots to show you. And then going forward, I'll break them down to where we'll work on just 1 or 2 every time and really get a great workout with each one. Okay, switch legs. Again, tabletop position. My shoulder blades are pinned, my abs are in. Flex the foot. Take that knee hip high and kick a hole in the ceiling. Woo! Come on. Come on. Take those hips square to the mat. Up, down, up, down, up. And I have fingernail marks in my mat. I must be gripping my mat pretty tightly on some moves. Come on, come on. Up, up. You can feel that right where it should be, right? You're also going to try to feel it in your lower back, which is okay because everything's tied together. Let's pulse it. Here we go. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Don't let go of that flexed position. Don't let go of those abs. Don't let them just hang. How low can they hang? We're not doing that game. Up, up, ha! Come on, up, up. You got this. Let it burn, baby. It's temporary. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Very, 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 very good. Okay. Now grab that band and slide it up above your knees again. Actually, I want it just above your ankles. I lied. But I lie often, inadvertently, during class. I say 8 more, we do 12. It's because I get talking or, whatever. So I don't mean to lie. But I just sometimes say the untruth. Okay. All right. So now, it's just above our ankles. We're going to be in tabletop position. And we're going to take one leg straight back. Let me work the right leg, because it's not fair to work that left leg again right away. Okay, flex position. Keep the other foot is going to hold that band to the ground. And we're going to lift up straight. 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 Abs in. If I could look at you and see you through the phone, would I see hanging abs? Didn't we all learn our lesson back in election of 89? I don't know when the election was, but they had the hanging chads. Hanging chads are not good. Hanging abs are not good. Come on, lift up. Up. You know what's coming, right? Pulse. Up. 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 Ha! I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that in my buttocks. Don't swing that back with it. Isolate the leg up. 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 8 more. Here we go. Take it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh my gosh. I'm thankful for my butt. Keep saying that to yourself. You're thankful for your butt. Okay. Straighten the other leg out. Shoulder blades pinned. Abs in. Take it up. Slow. Make sure that foot is flexed. Come on. Stay with me. Don't let your mind wander. Stay with me, because you want to make sure you're doing all the technique correct. When you let your mind wander, you'll lose form. You might be in a better place mentally, but you'll lose technical form. Come on. Foot is flexed. Leave the other toe on the ground. Up. 3 more. 3, 2, abs in. Ready? And pulse. Take it up. 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 Woo. Yeah, feel the burn. Come on. Up. Up. My butt is on fire. Ah! If your kids just woke up to that, I'm sorry. Yep. Up. 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 Last 8. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, take that band off. Whatever you gotta do to get that band off, get it off in you. Get a drink. Okay, I'm definitely feeling warm. I can tell I'm churning some muscles here. Okay, we're not going to do the calves today because we did those kind of in warm-up, but there are different parts of the calf muscle that you can train. There's 3 parts to it, so over the course of time we'll learn all of that. But let's work on our hip abductors and our hip adductors. So I'm always forgetting which one is which. I always just term them outer thigh and inner thigh, right? But the hip abductors, A-B, are your outer thighs. And so if you think, I don't know, maybe this is how I'm going to remember. Abductors, ab, and go out, that's my outer thigh. And then adductors are the inner thigh. The main reason for the abductors is to pull your leg away from midline. So when we did those leg roll back things, anytime you have to move your leg away from midline, you need those abductors, okay? And whenever you need to bring your legs together, squeeze those inner thighs together, that's your abductors. So let's start. We're gonna use the band for our outer thighs, or our, see, outer thigh, abductor, okay? All right, so we're gonna use the band first. So put it around your ankles. And you might want to stand next to a chair or a wall for this one. I gotta figure out a way mentally to remember that. You'd think after all the years of teaching and training and certifying, I would remember that, but it's just, I don't know, it hasn't clicked. Because I always just teach it as inner and outer. Abductor. I don't know. Okay, hold on to something. Take your left leg and kind of soften the foot. And we're gonna take the right leg and just lift it out to the side. Pulling it away from midline, right? Up, up. Keep those shoulder blades pinned. Now obviously there's all kinds of exercises you can do with all of these. Some include really heavy weights, some include no weights. Today we're just using bands for the most part, and a few weights. But I would like you to try over the course of the next few weeks to get a little more supply of weights. Definitely get yourself some bands. They're not too expensive. And remember how we talked about in the class the other day? I want you to invest in yourself a little bit. So a good set of bands and a couple of sets of weights, that's gonna get us far. Up. We're not swinging the back. We're lifting, and then same thing with when we're at weightlifting, how the lift and the set down are just as important as the other. You're not just gonna lift it and just let the elasticity bring you back. I want you to lift and then place it. Lift, place, lift. So you can definitely tell it's working the outer part of your thigh, right? The outer abductor. Pulse it, take it up, up. So the side of the foot is hitting parallel the wall. Come on, take it up, up. Woo! Slight bend in the other knee. Last 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Come on, don't give up. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're only 4 away. 4, 3, 2. This is where you want to do a little booty dance. Boom, 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 boom. Not just because it's cute, which it is, but also because it stretches that out. Okay, flip. Man, I'm always adjusting my pants in this class. It's like, do I want the roll hanging over here or it's stuck up, so it's like I gotta figure out which one I prefer. Neither are ideal, I'm telling you that now. Okay, soften the right knee. Get a good attitude. Shoulder blades back, ready, lift the foot, take it up. Attitude is probably, 70% of this, right? If you have a bad attitude, it's gonna hurt a lot more and be harder to do. I'm not saying be unrealistic and say, this is no big deal. This is just an eat. But be positive about your body and about your potential to accomplish this. And the fact that you probably can do more than you think you can. Right? Push came to shove, you do it. So you can think, I'm doing this. Yeah, look at me. I'm up at 8 o'clock in the morning, causing myself pain. Yes. Whoop. Come on. Okay, get ready. And pulse it. Here we go. Up. The song just sounded like it was going to do. One night in met, dun dun dun, high, grow stronger. Dun 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 dun. That 80s song, whatever it is. Come on. Whenever I go to sing a song, I hear it in my head, and what comes out is like what it sounds like. Come on. My kids are always like, yeah, I don't recognize that song. I'm like, I am the tiger, it's the thriller. They're like, yeah, no. But inside, I'm hearing the right tune. Come on. band. How many musicians' mothers have said that? Get out of that band! Woo! Does this color show my sweat? Yeah, my tacos, my sweat tacos. That's a sign of a warrior. Okay, so we go from our abductors to our adductors. The squeeze, right? The squeeze in. A lot of ladies struggle with inner thigh. They don't like their jiggly inner thighs. Same with, when you have the triceps. Women tend to have tricep, lower abs. Don't you love how I'm jiggling it all? Tricep, lower abs, and inner thigh issues. This will help with that. Diet is going to be the most important part of that, but this will help strengthen those and tighten those muscles. Okay, you're going to need one weight. We're going to lay on our right hip, and we're going to put this weight on above the knee. Don't put it right on the knee, they'll cause strain, and if you put it too high up, it's not going to be very effective. So put it just above the knee. This foot and leg is behind, and we're just going to flex the foot and lift. Now we probably won't be able to do enough of these to really cause the effect of unbelievable burning sensation that I want you to have. A slight discomfort might be all we get to today. But I'd rather have you slightly uncomfortable than nothing at all. Now, don't swing the back. We're not adding the head and the back to it, right? Isolating. Up, up. Abs are pulled in. Now, point the toe. Point. There's all kinds of angles, all kinds of moves we can do with this, and we'll get there eventually. Up, up. I'm trying to lift all the way up to my hip. So I'm not just lifting my knee and my foot like this, right? I'm lifting all the way. Come on. Okay, at a 4 count, we're going to do flex and point. So we're going to move a little faster. Here we go. Flex, point, flex, point. There comes the burn. Slight burn. Come on. Come on, stay with me. Here we go. 8, 7, 6. Don't leave me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can see the potential there, right? To get a massive burn. This is what I always tell people. Let's go to the other side before I tell people what I tell people. Okay, other side. Flex the foot. Put this leg behind. Set the weight just above the knee. And you're about 30 degrees out. Not 45, not 68, not 90, not 180, about 30. And lift. Lift. What did I always tell people? I forget. In my classes, I tell people what we want, our ultimate goal, is to get through the burn into the completely numb state, where you just don't feel anything in life anymore, and your body is just going, and it's probably, literally on fire, and you don't know because you're numb. So if you can get through that burning, that intense burning, which is just your muscles doing their job. Your muscles are growing. And you become numb, and life is a lot better. Don't take that as life advice, though. Don't become numb to life. That's not good. Come on. No swing in the back. Up. Okay. Point the toe. Point. Point. Are you lifting all the way to that hip? Up. Who knew these Jane Fonda moves would be so effective 40 years later? She did. She doesn't know a lot of things I agree with. But this I agree with. This is a good move. Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, in a 4 count, we're going to switch it to a heel or a flex and a point. We're gonna begin that extreme burn. Here we go. Flex, point, flex, point, flex. We do a different foot motion, not only to distract ourselves, but also because it works a little different part of the muscle. Come on. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Last 8 sets. You can do it. 8, 7, 6. Look a little higher if you can. 5, 4. Keep the back still. 3, 2. Time. Ugh. Now, in the future when we do these, I will show you some stretches you can do after each one to really, hit the mark that it needs to get that that muscle from seizing, right? But I have one more muscle group I want to talk to you about. So the lower body today, we worked on quads, calves. So let's point them out. Quads, calves, right? And then we did our butt. And then we did the abductors, and now we're gonna work the hamstrings. Hamstrings are crucial. If you're working quads, you better be working your hamstrings. We're gonna do just one exercise. So grab either 2 weights or 1 heavy weight. And we're gonna learn something called a deadlift. There's different variations of the deadlift. It's an awesome exercise, but it all depends on your technique, right? If you don't have correct technique, we ain't gonna get very far. So today is not the day we're gonna learn extreme technique on this, but I will go over a few pointers. So with the deadlift, I want you either holding 1 weight in each hand or this one in the center. Now, when I go into deadlift position, I'm not just hinging at the waist and like this and have my back all curved, right? I'm gonna hinge from the hip, and I'm gonna think flat back. Now my bum pushes up a wall, okay? My knees are not locked, they're just slightly unlocked. And that's as far as you want them to bend during this type of lift. This is a Romanian deadlift, so this has a slight bend, whereas the Americanized version has a deep bend. This one has a slight bend in the knee. Okay, so we're gonna, shoulder blades are back, slight bend in the knee, abs are in, and we're gonna hinge from the hips and keep our neck neutral, pushing that bum up the wall, and as soon as you get to the point where you feel like, well, now I need to roll my shoulders, that's your limit for today, okay? You don't roll your shoulders. So we take it down, hit that spot where you feel like you can't go any further without rolling your shoulders, and come back up. The entire time, think flat back. Think butt up the wall and flat back. Now again, if you're doing this at home and you're facing straight on to the camera or to the TV, turn sideways so that you can still see what I'm doing, but your neck is not going to be cramped. Come up, squeeze the butt. When you squeeze the butt, we're not rocking the pelvis forward. We're just squeezing in place. Okay, take it down. Again, you can turn your neck sideways to look and see what I'm doing, but don't arch it up. Shoulder blades back. Here we go. If you do this correctly, you will fill them from the bottom of the hamstring all the way up to the butt cheek. Let's do 8 more and then we'll call it a day. Ready? Here we go. Breathe out. 7 more. Flat back. Lift. You know how Mowgli walks on Jungle Book as a flat back and his hands are all hanging down by his feet? That's the position we want to be in. And this deadlift position shows up in all kinds of exercises, so we really want to get the technique right. Belly button in, shoulder blades pinned. Squeeze. Come on. We have 2 more. I want to see if we can go just a little bit lower. So just push that butt up the wall a little bit more. Slide it up the wall. Keep those shoulder blades pinned. Woo! And up. 1 more. Keep it strong. And up. don't lift up too quickly. It's just as important as the down. All right, set that down. Get a drink of water while I talk for just a minute. Whew. Okay, so that was a quick, slight overview of your lower body muscle groups. Quads. What was next? We did calves, we did butt, we did adductors, and hamstrings, okay? Your abs are usually considered low bottom half as well too, but because it's all tied together, sometimes I'll do abs in the lower body workout, sometimes in the upper body workout, just depends. Okay, so a couple housekeeping things. Message me privately if you can, some of you, and let me know if you have any kind of, don't rip me apart, but any suggestions on lighting, on sound, on, positioning of where I'm at, and that kind of stuff. If you have anything that you think that's hard to hear you, or it's hard to see you, or it's hard to understand you, let me know those things, so I want to improve upon those things so that the viewing experience is not the issue. I want the issue to be the physically painful experience, not the viewing experience. So those of you who have some constructive criticism or some ideas or even compliments, I'll take compliments, let me know how this is going this first week. I think I've got the audio and the video figured out now, but you never know. Sorry. Okay, so, and the second thing is there's not another class until next Monday. Every Sunday night is where I'll post the schedule for the week, and I'll post the days, the times, and the type of class it is. If you have a specific type of class you want me to teach, maybe you're like, could you focus on just blah, 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 whatever. I know I'm gonna do a bar class next week because I had a lady ask me for a bar class. But now is the time to suggest those things before I set the schedule. I'm going to try a couple different times and a couple different days different than this week. But again, that's something that I'd like feedback on. Did these days and times work? And did you like the sequence of, how we did it with cardio being in the middle and upper lower? Just give me your opinion on what you prefer. Obviously, I can't accommodate everybody every time, but I will take into account your opinion. So I will post the schedule Sunday night, and it will be 5 days next week, and all different times and different days, and probably a few different genres. So make sure to check that out, the schedule out. And as well as, please share this information with friends and family. Have them come and join the page as well. I'd love to have as many people as I can help work out. Okay, that made sense in my mind. Anyways, okay, last thing, here's your quote for the day. Now, we talked about how your lower body is your foundation, right? That applies in all kinds of ways in your life, but here's your quote. Stability is everything, being it emotional or physical. You need a solid ground to build anything on. Okay, how true is that, right? We talked about the core being a foundation, your legs being a foundation. You need a solid ground if you're going to build anything in life, anything of value. You can haphazardly put some stuff together and hope that it lasts enough for like the next hour, or you can build something and build it well, and it will last a lifetime. My dad is an architect, and he has taught us this from day one, that do it right the first time, right? Give it a nice structure, a nice foundation, and the rest of it will take care of itself. It's a law of physics. That's simply how it is. So building a strong foundation of our lower half, that will give us the ability to help balance. That will give us a strong, core to lift our weights and that kind of stuff. So we are building a strong foundation that will benefit us for a lifetime. In terms of stability, remind me one day to tell you a story about an ex-boyfriend I had in high school who questioned my stability. He wasn't far off. Okay, anyways, I will see you when I see you. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Check out the schedule and go out there today and add some of your light to the world. It definitely needs some more light these days. All right, see you later. Hey, hon, I'm thinking about taking up drinking. What do you think?